Okay, so here we have my Savoy Japanese made SG style bass guitar, lawsuit bass is what they call it, where the company got sued by Gibson because I guess they were making copies that were too close for comfort. Uh, Now, I bought this $99 as is from a guy at the guitar show I went to. Uh, he said the only thing he knows of that's wrong with it is it needs a new input jack. So we're going to take it apart in just a minute here and see how the innards look, so to speak, and if it just needs a new jack, we'll pop one in there, plug her up, and see how she sounds. Alright, we have finally gotten the pick guard unscrewed here. I went ahead and took off the tailpiece cover as well, just for curiosity's sake, to see what the bridge looks like, and it's a pretty simple looking bridge, or tailpiece. Now we're going to see what's actually in here as far as wiring goes. We did have to break out the big guns to get this pick guard off because there's a lot of screws, and like 3 of them did not want to come out. I had to get the drill and a pair of vice grips, and yeah, it was a process, but we've got it loose now. So pick it up here, and yeah, we can see that the main one would definitely be the input jack here, where the wire is not connected at all, as you can see. So that would definitely explain why it's not. Yeah, so I think that's going to be an easy fix. Alright, as you can see, we have replaced that ground wire that came loose, and repaired a little break in the wiring there. Other than that, the wiring looks like it's good as far as I can see. All my solders seem to be holding up good. I've pulled on them. So we're gonna screw the pick guard back in, then go have our moment of truth. Alright, and the test was a failure. There's still something in there loose, so we're gonna take it back apart and see what we can find. Okay, here we go. I do believe I figured out what the problem was with that last test I ran. I think I forgot a very important step in the whole guitar repair process. That is, make sure that you actually complete the ground circuit. I forgot to solder back on the wire that went from the input jack to the bridge to complete that circuit, so that's why it wasn't working. So here we go. Yeah, it's fixed. So for 80 bucks and a little bit of time with a soldering iron, I got me a new bass. Hoorah. Okay, so here we go. Here we have it. We have the end of phase 1 anyway for my guitar show project here. I went in, took off the pick guard to get to the insides in there. I took off the knobs just because I'm going to replace them because I didn't like those. Replaced the screws for the pick guard because they were rusty as heck and hard to get out. I replaced the jack with a Switchcraft jack from Amazon, which pretty well fixed the problem. There was a loose ground wire on one of the pots that I resoldered, and then one of the wires that goes from the pickup to these little switches was cut. I don't know how or why. So I sort of soldered that back together and spliced it back. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what these switches are supposed to do. They're wired exactly how they came. This top one doesn't seem to do anything, what I can tell. And the second one is just basically a kill switch. It just kills everything. I'm not sure if that's what they're supposed to do or not. I'll probably go in at some point and figure out a way to either rewire them to do something, maybe put the pickups out of phase or something. Or I might actually, I've contemplated getting rid of these and just putting in a standard, Les Paul style three-way toggle switch to switch between the pickups. I may do that. Haven't decided. I did notice that the pots seem to be have some issues. I'm probably going to replace those. I may end up just ordering one of those pre-wired harnesses that they sell, because this essentially has the same pickup or the same control setup as a Les Paul. It's got 2 volumes, 2 tones, and then switches. I can pretty easily switch those out and just put the toggle switch instead of these. I may end up doing that. I haven't decided yet. I may refinish it. I did do a little bit of adjustment on the truss rod on the neck, because the neck is does seem to be a little bit bowed. I fixed the problem as far as I can tell. I mean, I'm not a professional luthier or anything, but it seems straight now. Now it does still have some intonation problems. That may be that I need to straighten the neck out a little more. And it might just be the fact that it has this wonky bridge, which I've never seen one like it before. So that might actually at some point get removed and changed out for like a normal type of bridge. I hadn't decided on that for sure. But it does work now. So for $85 is what I've got into it at this point. I do have a functional, super short scale SG looking bass. I'm happy with it. I like it. It's something different. It's a good conversation piece. I think it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to plug it into the audio interface in just a little bit, so y'all can get just some pure audio from it and see exactly how the bass itself sounds without any sort of background noise or artifact from the kind of crappy microphone in the camera, that sort of thing. But this is stage 1, so if you've got any ideas or something you'd like to see me try and do with this, if you want to see a complete and total refinish, redo, let me know. That's a project I could do. Or if you got any ideas, feel free, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see done with it. I'm not going to say I'll necessarily do it just because you say you want to see it, but I'm kind of an open book on this. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet, other than just have it to play around with. So phase 1 is complete. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Y'all have a great day.